What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee and this is the Optimistic Network. Today we're making brown stew chicken. Yes, Jamaican style brown stew chicken my way. I think I have a video already on this, but someone requested it, so I'm making it. So I've cleaned and washed my chicken. I took off the skin because I don't use the skin. If you use the skin, do you. And I'm seasoning it with all the seasoning that you are looking at. You can skip whichever you want and put whichever you want. These are just the ones that I use. And if you notice, I add pepper. I add a lot of pepper. If you don't eat pepper, you just stay away from that. And I must let you know, this is being seasoned the day before, the night before. Actually, this was in the fridge like a couple of days because I didn't get to cook it that time. Okay, sometimes I'll add the onion and the scallion before, but I always, even if I add before, I always add later on because I kind of like some fresh onion. So I'm using even some ginger. So yes, I added some onion and some scallion. You don't have to season it with this onion and scallion in the start. You can add it later, but I put some now and I put some later, and then you rub that in. I use my hand to rub that in, and that's why I was wearing my gloves. What I'm adding here is a little of my jerk seasoning, my own jerk seasoning, coming to a store near you soon. You don't have to add jerk seasoning at all. It's not necessary, but mine, I add it to everything because I love the taste. And you don't have mine, so just skip the jerk seasoning. After I got done rubbing it in properly, I sat it in a Ziploc bag, a big Ziploc bag, and I just sat it in the fridge and I left it until I was ready to cook. So about right now is the next day and I'm getting ready to cook it. So I added a little olive oil to the pot, and not a lot. It's not oil gravy we're making. We want good gravy. And then I added a little brown sugar to the oil, and I'm gonna let this come to a burn. Like when it starts smoking, then I add the chicken. I do this to get the color for browning. Yes, if you have browning, you can use it, and I'll get to that soon. So I prefer using sugar even though I have browning. I use my browning for cake. I just love the flavor that the sugar gives. So as you notice, I didn't use a lot of sugar. I took a spoon and I didn't even use all of it because I just had like 5 chicken legs and I cut each in 2. So it was like 10 pieces of chicken. I would have used more if I had more chicken. So pretty much I'm saying the amount of sugar that you're using is going to depend on the amount of chicken that you're making. Notice I'm just stirring the sugar around in the oil. I tend to do that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I like kind of moving it around so it don't stick to the pot, although this is a non-stick pot. But I just do that and know it's at a perfect color for me. So I just throw in the chicken and I put in everything. Some people that do this, they would leave out the scallion and the onion. They wouldn't add it, but I add. And I added a little more garlic because I only had 1 peg of garlic when I seasoned it up. So I went to the store and I got garlic. So I added a little, some more garlic because I love cooking with a lot of garlic. Once you add the chicken to that sugar, brown sugar, you stir it up properly and cover. Now, let me introduce you to this girl. This girl is called browning, or I should say these girls, because it's 2 different brands. But these are the brownings that I'm telling you about. So if you don't know how to burn the sugar, you're not comfortable doing that, you can buy this browning. And don't use a lot because it can make your food bitter. You just use a little. Okay, back to the chicken. So I opened the pot and I stir it up because remember we didn't add any water as yet, but I usually let the juice release before I add water to see how much water I want to add. So I added a little water, and if you notice, I usually don't throw my water on the meat. I usually throw it to the side. It's just a habit I have when I'm cooking. Covered that and left it on high to do its thing. And now I'm going to just clean and cut up these carrots, potato, and onion to add to it. I pay attention to my pot and I open periodically and I stir. Then I added a little ketchup. You can add the ketchup to a cup with some water and then add it to it. I just added the ketchup straight to the pot and stir it up. It's not ketchup chicken, so don't add a lot of ketchup. Don't fill it up of ketchup. Just a little, just enough to change the taste of the gravy, to give the gravy a nice taste. And it's not even the taste that I add the ketchup. I added the ketchup because I like the creaminess that the ketchup gives the gravy. I noticed that in some of the shots, inside of the pot looks like curry and some it looks brown. It looks like curry when I have the light in there. When I stand in front of the light, you can see that it's brown because I cook with a light. So I stood in front of the light some of the time to let you see the real color. I have to use the light for the quality of the video. So I added about a cup of water about 3 times and let that cook down, dry down until my meat was cooked 3/4 of the way. Then I added my potato, onions, and carrots, stir them so they sit down in that gravy. Then I put the stove on medium and let that steam down so the potato and carrots can cook. You may or may not have to add a little more water depending on how much gravy you need, because while this is steaming, the water is evaporating in the potato and the carrots, so you may have to add a little more water if you want more gravy. I think I added like a little more, probably like a quarter cup more. And you just stir it up. And whenever those are cooked and you have the amount of gravy that you need, let your gravy thick down a little. It's easy to get thick down. You won't have a problem doing that because the potato, the starch from the potato will kind of thicken it a little for you. So you let that thick down to the amount that you want, depending on how much people you're cooking for or how much gravy you like. And then voila, beautiful brown stew chicken. And yo, this was good. It can be eaten with food, dumpling and banana. It can be eaten with rice. Your brown stew chicken slap way if you follow this recipe. So yes, this is the finished product. This is what it looks like. I hope you will try this recipe. Here you go, right here. See, it's in a dish. Oh my god, that looks so good. It looks more than chicken and it tastes better than it looks. I didn't bother to dress up none. I thought the color in there was pretty and everything, but you know me, I don't know how to dress no food or not like that. I can cook a food, I can throw down, but when it comes to dressing, I don't know. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next upload. Mwah, mwah, mwah.